The Local Show, featuring conversations with business owners, employees, and local business leaders about their successes, challenges, and reasons for doing business. Right here in Central New York. The Local Show is locally produced by Zoey Advertising. Now your hosts, Tom and Steve.
We're back again on The Local Show. Thank you for joining Tom and Steve. If you got bad allergies, join the crowd. Everybody at this time of year, things take a different, it's like allergies are the same, but they're different at different times of the year. You get different symptoms.
When I was a kid, they were awful.
Yeah.
I would I'd rub my eyes, they'd be all red.
Did you grow out of it a little bit?
It seems like I grew out of it. Now, my sister hadn't changed at all. I think maybe I gave her what was left of mine. I'll sneeze here and there, but it's not, you get totally full. And there are so many people that just get affected by it. The only thing that I'm still highly allergic to are cats.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, if someone's got a cat, I'm like,
forget it. I'm the same way.
It's like it climbed inside my lungs and is taking all the oxygen.
Right.
Yeah. It's what it feels like, and it's like the inside of your lungs itch, and I get wide-eyed, and I'm thinking, I can't breathe.
It's too bad because cats are so cute too.
Cats?
Well, look, yeah, cats. Well. Look, if you didn't have allergies, you got other stuff you could deal with too, like monkeypox. The M-pox are happening. The algae blooms.
Yes.
And by the way, did I tell you that the half and half over at Wegmans?
I did hear that. I did hear that last week. I heard that, and no.
And there's the new strain of COVID, of course.
Well, it's only spread by monkeys, though.
And you can't say monkeypox anymore because you'll offend the monkey. So you have to say M-pox. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
That's fun stuff. All right. Speaking of fun, Joe Scripa is here, owner of the Scripa Group, real estate and property management. How are you there, Joe?
Great, Tom. How are you?
You do your whole company good. You run this whole company by yourself, or do you have people?
Oh my goodness, we got people. As a matter of fact, on my way here, I was just talking to Nikki Bronner. She's been an agent and she's been in the business for about 10 years.
Okay.
Katie in my office and Alec, and we've got a good team and we've got a great support staff. Nikki, though, she's on fire right now.
Is she?
We actually, believe it or not, I've been talking about how hot the market's been. In the past couple of weeks, what we're starting to see is those houses that I've talked about that had 20, 30, sometimes 40 offers, we're down to 10, 15, 5, 3 offers.
But it's still crazy. It used to be, hey, I got an offer on my house.
Yep.
Well, they have 400 contingencies, and there's got to be 7 house inspections, and
So you also, we just talked about Nikki, an experienced agent who's been doing this, and Nikki is her background. She's a black belt in karate. She's a karate instructor. Right. She's very disciplined. She follows systems. We have systems in the office. We've got the support and backup for her to be able to be very productive.
Yeah.
She's got a great teammate, Amber Perkins, who helps assist, shows, closes deals.
What do you do when you
her.
get 10 offers on a house, though?
What do you do when you get 10 offers on a house? When you're Nikki Bronner and Amber and the rest of the team, you use your knowledge and experience in different techniques that we've learned over so many years of being in the market and negotiating. There's just different strategies.
But every one of those 10 people have, in their head, moved into the house and picked out curtains in their head.
Of course.
Right?
Of course.
So there's a lot of disappointment. It seems like there'd be some anger. It seems like there's a lot of drama.
Sometimes, so we, or a good agent like Nikki and Amber and, somebody like me with experience like that, we stopped selling the house and now we're selling the deal and we're figuring out how to negotiate the deal and get our client what they want in the time they want. So there's techniques and strategies that we've learned over the years that help us close those deals competitively.
So I was talking to a friend
and win those deals
in the last few weeks, and they're in the real estate business, and they were saying it all changed. There's a new law. You got to do this. I don't know. I'll blame Hochul because I just blame her for everything.
You want to know something?
What is that all about?
Shiny spot. That's what that's about. It's a shiny spot.
Oh, yeah.
So
we deal with this, and I'm primarily commercial real estate.
Correct.
It's the exact same situation in commercial real estate. It's it's about fees and who's allowed to charge what, who's allowed to share what with whom. in my world of commercial real estate, none of that is in a system anywhere. We're talking to the other agent. Is there a co-broke fee? And if there's not, I'm going to negotiate a fee. And honestly, if there's no co-broke fee on the other side, for me, you don't want me negotiating against you on the other side.
Right.
You know, so a good agent is going to, you know, be pretty aggressive.
So
in
people that do it right. I mean, and I've heard the number that there's a lot of realtors, real estate brokers, maybe better said, that don't do a lot of business. But the people that are in business do it all the time. This isn't a big deal. It's just maybe if they do a lot of residential, it modifies the process, and we got to cross our T's and dot our I's.
Exactly.
So nobody's surprised.
Nobody's surprised. That's the key to this whole thing, is nobody's surprised. You know, Nikki does. She's had years where she's over 100 transactions. You know, so it's another layer of paperwork we've got to do, and disclosures and all that. But if you're systematized, it's like butter, and you got a support staff behind you. It's easy.
So commercial real estate, I heard that racetrack was going on the auction block up there.
I know. I got to see the auction.
About?
I don't know. We got to see if it actually.
But isn't
goes.
it like a zillion acres? I mean, it's a big parcel.
It is. It's huge. It's huge.
I'm just disappointed it didn't become a racetrack, because every week I complain that the racetrack at the fair is gone and I want a racetrack. But that's a lot of land, in prime space.
Couple hundred acres.
Yeah,
I don't recall, but
I mean, they're putting a racetrack there. It's not big, not small.
Auction. We'll see how it does. What I know is we've definitely done some land transactions recently, which are quite significant up in the Micron zone.
Right.
We are not the guys with the $7 million listings, because in our opinion, those are the ones that, I agree with Ryan McMahon, those are the ones that are just wishing, you know, they plop we call it the 3 Ps. They plop a sign in the ground, pray, and I don't remember what the other P is, but they just hope and pray that
postpone,
the sign,
and it gets longer and longer and longer.
Yeah. So at any rate, you know, we've sold some land up there, you know, $1 million mark, but it's reasonable. It's reasonable for the seller, and it's reasonable for the buyer. It makes a good transaction, right?
Are you seeing more people come to town, you know, relative to?
Definitely. Undoubtedly, we've got people coming to town. We've got groups right now. Everybody thinks it's New York City. It's not. It's you know, there's groups coming from Ohio that are doing this around Intel. Right, because Micron's like Intel.
Right.
There's groups coming from the West Coast that are doing it. I forget who's developing on the West Coast, like Micron or Micron competitor. And then we've got people coming from not New York City, but downstate, that were involved with the AMD chip factory, and their experience there, and they know the growth that we're going to have.
Is that all part of the conspiracy? But because it's really not going to happen?
Correct. It's not happening. It's
all
not
these
happening.
people moving,
it's in the water. It's just in the water.
There's enough road work to prove it, huh?
My goodness, the road work is amazing.
Welcome to Scranton. That's what it feels like,
right?
I don't know. Anybody other than me, anytime you go south, you hit, it's like Scranton, Wilkes-Barre, and then what?
Yeah.
Why? Are they done with this?
God forbid there's an accident, right? Because there was an accident the other day.
Alec was driving down. My son was driving down
the other day,
and it was busy.
Yeah.
Okay, and a plastic garbage can blew off of a truck. He said I had nowhere to go.
Yep.
Bam. So he ran it
then
over,
you're stuck.
broke his signals.
Oh,
that,
gosh,
yeah.
Oh, my God.
Scary at 50 miles an hour, though.
So things are still rocking. So
Still rocking.
Commercial property, thinking of buying or selling, talk to Joe, 452-1200.
Yes, sir.
Residential, you can have a conversation.
Yeah,
with some of the team.
Nikki, Amber, Kelly Soccocio, Alec.
So if you don't know anybody, now you know somebody. Joe Scripa, because he's here all the time and won't leave us alone. ScripaGroup.com. ScripaGroup.com. Joe Scripa, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
All right. You have a great rest of the day, buddy.
You too.
Kenny Robarge is coming up next. He's the owner of CNY Golf Shop and Range, and we'll see just how little Steve knows about golf. Next on The Local Show on 570 WSYR.